If you want to see the next episode of Dragon Ball Shinken published faster, comment now #Vegito, #Gogeta, or #Shinken. If this video reaches 100 comments, we'll bring you the full episode even faster. Like the video if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Shinken. The more likes in this video, the more we know that you want to see new episodes of this story. And also subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to always know when the next Dragon Ball Shinken and Dragon Ball videos in general are published here. Anyway, now let's get to the video. Episode 39, The Strange World of Ninjas and Pirates. In the vast cosmos of the great universe, a clash of cosmic proportions unfolds. On one side are Gogeta and Vegito, and on the other, the angels Awamo and Konyak. In recent times, hundreds of dimensional rifts have been opened across the great universe, bringing many enemies to Gogeta, Vegito, and the Galactic Patrol. After an investigation, it was discovered that those responsible for this were the two evil angels, Awamo and Konyak, who were looking for something in the vastness of multiple realities. Given this, it's clear that the confrontation was inevitable, although the two angels are certainly not happy that it happened so soon. Vegito hovers like a walking supernova, his fiery ki ready to manifest in a display of unparalleled power, evoking the power that balances Ultra Instinct and Hakai. Awamo, his opponent, also manifests his ki with intensity, transmitting in his energy the feeling of superiority that Ultra Instinct brings, despite his eyes showing a certain uncertainty and fear. The reasons for this uncertainty can be seen in Awamo's body, which carries a much greater number of injuries resulting from the battle than Vegito, highlighting the angel's disadvantage in the fight, who faces an even more powerful Vegito due to his recent training. "Damn, things weren't supposed to be like this," Awamo whispered, frustrated and scared. Another confrontation of cosmic proportions unfolds at a different point in the great universe. Gogeta spreads a storm of power, his Shinken ki radiating with an intensity greater than hundreds of suns. The angel facing him is Konyak, who, judging by the various injuries present on his body and the fatigue shown on his face, is not getting the better of this confrontation against an even more perfected Gogeta due to the training he has been doing lately. "Tell me at once, what were you planning on opening all those dimension rifts?" Gogeta questions his enemy. "Never!" Konyak exclaims in response. "Then I will make you talk." In the form of a blast of energy, Gogeta shoots towards Konyak with overwhelming speed. His strikes are swift and devastating, each punch and kick unleashing shockwaves that shake the space around him. Seeking to use the mastery of his Ultra Instinct with maximum precision, Konyak tries to avoid Gogeta's blows with defenses and dodges provided with stupendous technical refinement. Gogeta's technical mastery, however, is even more refined. With his Ultra Instinct raised to extraordinary levels by Shinken, the Saiyan presents even more refined movements. In a combat style that combines graceful and powerful movements in just the right way, Gogeta channels his ki into a powerful energy attack. Rays of brilliant light converge in his hands, forming a sphere of power that seems ready to tear at the very fabric of the universe. The Shinken warrior launches the attack towards Konyak, its trajectory leaving a luminous trail in the vacuum of space. Unable to defend or dodge this attack due to his power and speed, Konyak brandishes his staff, manipulating space-time, making the sphere of power disappear before him. In response, Konyak launches his own offensive, a large globe of power fired at Gogeta, who with a casual gesture undoes the attack with a simple wave of his hand, using the power of Hakai, dissipating the angelic energy as if it were nothing more than a passing breeze. Vegito pressures Awamo with rapid and devastating attacks, powered by his high degree of destruction power, each blow unleashing shockwaves that reverberates throughout the universe. Vegito launches powerful blasts of ki, which Awamo struggles to get rid of by pushing the technical qualities of his Ultra Instinct to the maximum. Unfortunately for the Angel, Vegito also has an advanced degree of Ultra Instinct, avoiding the counterattacks that the Angel manages to launch with so much difficulty. Vegito's offensive is incessant, with strikes so fast, strong, and consecutive that they even confuse Awamo in his own defense. Awamo tries to respond in equity, so rays of cosmic energy intertwine in a spectacle of dark and luminous ki as the two combatants increasingly engage in confrontation. Gogeta attacks Konyak with a series of devastating blows, hitting the angel squarely with punches and kicks with the brutality of a monster and the cadence of a master. Finding it increasingly difficult to withstand the opponent's attacks, Konyak retreats to swearing, cursing Gogeta. He wants to run away, but he can't, as he could leave a trail and be chased. On the other hand, he cannot win this fight alone. Swinging his staff to propagate a magical blow, Konyak tears the fabric of space-time, opening a dimensional rift, causing a dragon to appear before him, which Gogeta ends up encountering as he is advancing towards the angel. The beast, even without any idea of what is happening, attacks Gogeta with a flaming blast fired from its mouth. For Gogeta, the heat emanated by this dragon's flames is less than the spark from a lighter, so it does no harm to his body. With an armful of vacuum, the Saiyan sweeps the great dragon out of existence, shattering the beast's body with just the pressure of moving his arm. "I need something stronger," Konyak notes. He brandishes his staff again, this time bringing from another dimension a creature similar to a reptile and another similar to an ape, both beings of gigantic proportions. But the monsters don't attack Gogeta as they are too busy docking with each other and continue to do so while floating through the void. "Damn it!" Konyak despairs. Raising his glowing staff, Awamo causes multiple spheres of energy to appear, which are all fired once at Vegito. The Saiyan's defense is to raise his ki in an energy barrier, making the angel spheres explode when they touch him. Vegito counterattacks by concentrating an abysmal amount of power into a sphere of fiery energy, launching it towards Awamo with terrifying force. With no time to dodge, the angel extends his staff in front of his body to form a shield. The impact creates an explosion of light and energy, engulfing the surrounding space in a storm of unbridled power. The result of this was not good for Awamo, who now has more injuries than ever spread across his body. In addition to his broken magic staff, "It cannot be. This couldn't have happened," the angel laments. "This is the end for you." Vegito points one of his hands at the angel and announces. He fires a big bang attack that hits the angel squarely, destroying his entire body instantly in a majestic explosion. "One less than those bastards," Vegito celebrates. In a moment, the tentacles of a monstrous and powerful space kraken imprison Gogeta. The next moment, a blast of ki released by the Saiyan completely disintegrates the creature, much to Konyak's frustration. Gogeta says this is a waste of time and Konyak should accept his death at once. "Never!" the angel cries. Once again, Konyak opens a dimensional rift, but now Gogeta interrupts him, reaching the angel with a teleportation to kick his staff away and pierce his chest with a punch full of power. Konyak's blood gurgles from his mouth as fear and anguish appear in his eyes of the corrupted angel. "It's over for you," the Saiyan says. "No, I will not accept this." Konyak grabs Gogeta's arm, pierced through his body, and then in a desperate act pulls himself and Gogeta to the portal he just opened, making them both disappear from that reality. In the sky of a forest, a small wormhole opens from which a body falls at high speed and crashes against the ground, sweeping several surrounding trees with the impact of the fall. The one who just fell starts to get up. That person is old Goku, who rubs his head and looks around in confusion, wondering where he ended up. But noticing that something is different, Goku looks at himself, wondering why he came back and what happened to Gogeta. "Hey, Vegeta, the fusion broke!" he shouts, excited. However, no one responds. "Vegeta? Hey, Vegeta, where are you?" Realizing that Vegeta is not around, Goku closes his eyes to concentrate on detecting his ki. It's at that moment that he realizes that he can't feel Vegeta's ki or anyone else's. What's happening here? What place is this? Why did the fusion fall apart? And why can't I feel anyone's ki? Goku wonders. In the middle of a vast ocean lies a large archipelago. On the shores of this archipelago there is a small island, where another small wormhole opens and expels another being, causing considerable destruction on the island due to the power of the fall. The person who has just been thrown there is God Vegeta, who is also very surprised when he discovers that he has separated from Kakarot and is not able to feel his or anyone else's ki. What place is this? And what happened to me and Kakarot? Vegeta wonders. Goku flies over the forest he fell into, looking for signs of civilization. Man, what is this place? I feel totally lost. Goku feels completely disconcerted until he finally sees something relevant. A large city that begins to appear on the horizon. Goku doesn't need to think twice to rush there. Deciding that it would be better not to fly so as not to attract attention in the city, Goku lands and walks in. What a curious place. It's very different from the cities I know, he comments in his own mind as he walks and observes things around. Suddenly, a very appetizing smell invades his nostrils, immediately making Goku's stomach growl. He hadn't even realized how hungry he was. Goku follows that wonderful smell until he finds a small restaurant where a man and woman are serving. "Welcome to Ramen Ichiraku," the man greets with a warm smile. Goku sits down to eat, and when he puts Ichiraku's ramen in his mouth for the first time, he can't stop anymore, devouring bowl after bowl. Seeing a more detailed view of the environment around him, Vegeta takes flight, hovering over the island he crash-landed on. He observes the surrounding for some time until he finds a ship anchored on the island next door, and decides to ask for information. Vegeta flies to the ship and lands on it, but at first he doesn't see anyone. Damn, what kind of idiot leaves a ship alone? Vegeta thinks out loud. Who are you calling an idiot? A deep voice questions. When Vegeta looks back, he sees that a man has just boarded the ship, his green hair shimmering as it reflects the sunlight. "Who are you?" Vegeta asks when he feels just by looking at this guy isn't just any person. "My name is Roronoa Zoro, and I think it would be great for you to explain why you invaded our ship." Vegeta starts to get in a bad mood. "I don't like the way you talk. Who do you think you are to give me orders?" Zoro's bad mood is the same. "You're the one barging in, and you think you have the right to ask questions? I'm the one who doesn't like the way you talk." "Oh yeah? So why don't you do something about it?" Vegeta challenges. "I'll be very pleased to do that," Zoro responds, already touching his swords. There's almost no more ramen left at Ichiraku when Goku finally feels full, leaving the owner, Tucci, gaping as he piles up bowls and bowls all over the counter. Goku thanks them, saying he already feels satisfied, but he almost throws out all the food when he sees the bill. "Oh man, I forgot I have to pay for this." But he finally becomes alarmed when someone teleports in front of him, appearing to switch places with a bowl on the counter. "What?" Sasuke Uchiha throws a kick, which Goku reflexively blocks with his arms, sending him tumbling out of Ramen Ichiraku onto the floor. Before Goku could even understand the situation, Sakura Haruno comes running towards him, preparing an overwhelming punch, which when it hits the Saiyan who defends himself with his arms at the last moment, throws him into the air, pushing him an enormous distance in height, making Goku spin through the sky of the Hidden Leaf Village. Then a giant shuriken of blue-white energy slices through the air towards him. This attack was launched by Naruto Uzumaki from the top of a building in the village. Goku creates an energy shield around his body to defend himself, and when the energy shuriken hits the shield, it culminates into an explosion of impact and energy that launches Goku even further out of the village. "What the hell is going on here?" Goku asks himself as he gets up after the fall. Suddenly, someone emerges from the ground with a leap behind him. When Goku turns around, he sees a masked man with white hair looking at him with blood-red eyes. Kamui shouts Kakashi Hatake. Goku puts his arm in front of his body to receive the attack. However, he's surprised when instead of seeing something physical, a suction force begins to attract his body, sucking it in and making it disappear. It doesn't take long for Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura to join Kakashi. "Sensei, how was it?" Naruto asks. "I sent him to another dimension with my Kamui. We did it." But Kakashi couldn't be more wrong. In a matter of seconds, Goku is back with his teleportation, scaring them all. "Hey, what are you guys doing?" he complains, irritated and confused. The group of ninjas is amazed at this, asking how Goku managed to do this. Goku says that it wasn't difficult to return from the dimension he was sent to, since it's not that far away. So it was easy with his teleportation. Realizing that this enemy would be more difficult to defeat than they thought, Naruto placed him a few steps ahead of the others. "Everyone, let me deal with this opponent for now," says the blonde ninja. Vegeta descends to the ground of the island with a somersault and some acrobatics. He has just escaped a series of attacks from the green-haired swordsman, who once again attacks him by jumping down and attempting a vertical attack, which Vegeta dodges and sees the entire island and see in the direction of Zoro's sword receive a cut from the depth of an abyss. "This guy's cutting power is impressive," Vegeta observes. Vegeta flies back and fires an energy sphere at the three-sword swordsman, but Zoro, with just a movement of his sword, cuts Vegeta's energy even from a distance, sending a cutting pressure so great that it receives the Saiyan who, when he avoids it, sees the clouds in the sky being divided far above him. "This guy could cut through a god of destruction's body like butter. I need to be careful," Vegeta admits. But they are interrupted when another person arrives at the place, landing with a jump right in front of Zoro. "Luffy, what is it? Can't you see I'm in the middle of a fight?" Zoro complains. Luffy has a very serious look and says to his companion, "Zoro, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to interrupt your fight this time. I'm the one who has to defeat this guy." Both Vegeta and Zoro are very surprised when they hear this. Do you like seeing Naruto and One Piece in Dragon Ball Shinken? Comment #Naruto or #Luffy if the answer is yes. And also tell us your opinions about bringing these other characters into a Dragon Ball Shinken story. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. We'll see you in the full episode.